Good afternoon. The world at noon. My name is Motunrayo Ayegbayo. Nigeria releases new banknotes into circulation today. Liberian prison turns away new inmates due to overcrowding. England nurses go on strike today over national health scheme. China diplomats leave UK over Manchester protester attack. Nigeria Central Bank of Nigeria will today introduce into circulation its new currency in the first such redesign in 20 years. The authorities say the measure is meant to address insecurity, tackle counterfeiting, and force excess cash back into the banking system. Nigeria Central Bank had said more than 80% of the money in circulation is being hoarded by individuals. The central bank has urged people to take their old naira notes to commercial banks for replacement. The January deadline has been set by which Nigerians have to trade in the old bank notes. The release of the new notes comes barely 3 weeks before another change comes into effect. The limiting of cash withdrawals from banks to $225 a week for individuals and $1,200 for corporate bodies. Liberia's largest prison, the Monrovia Central Prison, has begun turning away new inmates due to overcrowding and face of disease outbreak. Justice Minister Mr. Franklin told newsmen that those being denied admission at the facility were inmates accused of minor offences. Mr. Dean disclosed that people arrested on minor charges are to instead be returned to communities and kept under the watch of community leaders. It will be recalled that the Monrovia Central Prison was built to hold around 300 inmates, while the population of the prison was about 300,000. It now hosts over 1,600 inmates in a city of about 1.5 million people. Inmates at the facility include convicted murderers and armed robbers. Iran has sentenced a Belgian aid worker to 28 years in prison on unknown charges. The 41-year-old Mr. Olivier van der Castro was arrested during a brief visit to Tehran in February and accused of espionage. Information has it that his family said they had been informed of his sentence at a meeting with Belgium's Prime Minister. There is no confirmation from Iran, but the news comes days after Belgium's constitutional court altered a controversial prisoner exchange treaty. Iran wants to swap Mr. van der Castro for its alleged top intelligence official in Europe. He was given a 20-year jail sentence in Belgium last year for plotting to bomb an exiled Iranian opposition group's rally. Mr. van der Castro worked for 6 years in Iran for the Norwegian Refugee Council and other aid agencies. This is the Word at Noon, coming to you from Osun State Broadcasting Corporation Voice at the West, Nigeria. Now, our mid-news message. Peace is an essential ingredient for overall development, while absence of justice represents an invitation to an anarchy. Give peace a chance in all your endeavors. Nurses in England, Wales, and Northern Ireland are to go on strike today in the largest action of its kind in national health scheme history. Information has it that staff will continue to provide life-preserving and some urgent care, but frontline surgery and other planned treatments is likely to be disrupted. The Royal College of Nursing said staff had been given no choice after ministers refused to reopen pay tax. The UK government said the Royal College of Nursing RCN 19% pay rise demand was unaffordable. The action will involve nurses in around a quarter of hospitals and community teams in England, all health boards in Northern Ireland, and all but one in Wales. Meanwhile, nurses are not striking in Scotland. Reports has it that under trade union laws, the Royal College of Nursing has to ensure life-preserving care continues during the 12-hour strike. No fewer than 3 people have died as a powerful winter storm moves east across the U.S., spanning tornadoes in southern states and coating others in snow. Information has it that some 500,000 people across 4 states are under blizzard warnings with powerful winds and heavy snowfall making travel difficult. Millions around the country is under less severe winter weather alerts. Reports say severe storms are forecast along the Gulf Coast, including in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and parts of Florida. There are also tornado warnings in parts of Louisiana and Mississippi. China has removed 6 officials from Britain, including one of its most senior UK diplomats, 2 months after violence at its Manchester consulate. The UK had requested officials waive the right to diplomatic immunity to allow detectives to question them about October's incident. Foreign Secretary Sir James Cleverly expressed his disappointment that none of the 6 would now face justice. The group included Consul General Mr. Zhang Strun, who denied beating a protester. Pro-democracy protester, a Hong Konger, Mr. Bon Chen, was injured after being dragged onto the consulate grounds and beaten by men on 16th October. Mr. Zhang, who was effectively in charge of China's Manchester outpost, denied attacking Mr. Chen after he was identified in photographs and accused of doing so by a senior Conservative MP. However, the spokesman for the Chinese embassy in London said the UK had failed to protect its staff, adding it had launched its own representation with Britain over the incident. And here again are the highlights of the world at noon. Liberia's largest prison, the Monrovia Central Prison, has begun turning away new inmates due to overcrowding and face of disease outbreak. Nurses in England, Wales and Northern Ireland are to go on strike today, the largest action of its kind in national health scheme history. Nurses in England, Wales and Northern Ireland are to go. China has removed 6 officials from Britain, including one of its most senior UK diplomats, 2 months after violence at its Manchester consulate. And that was the word at noon, edited by Olushola Egbedofe, delivered by Motoayo Ayegbayo. Next up today is a reaction to a revelation by National INEC Commissioner Abuja Zone on desperation by some politicians who engage in buying permanent voters card ahead of 2023 general elections. The piece is written by Adeboye Bukwola.
The exposed or planned conspiracy theory aimed at sabotaging the free and fair national elections slated for next year by some political bigwigs and party politburo called for great concern by Nigerians who desire good governance as an antidote to years of hegemonic failures in the country. Yet the INEC National Commissioner subtending the Federal Capital Territory, Nasarawa, Kaduna and Plateau states opened a can of worms on desperation by some politicians who engage in buying permanent voter cards and inducing voters to harvest their voters' identification numbers to snipe victory in the next election. According to him, 2 persons caught up with illegal PVC in Sokoto and Kano states have recently been prosecuted. All these revelations by INEC are strong indisputable indicators that some electorates in the country are still ignorant of their sacred constitutional rights of political sovereignty, which